Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Sonata. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are here to talk about Duet Night Abyss. If you guys have been looking for any information pertaining to this game recently, you've probably come across at least 10 videos titled something across the line, Duet Night Abyss will change gacha games forever. This revolutionary gacha game will change gacha games forever. And those titles are clickbaity as hell, and I believe most of the points said in those videos don't hold a lot of merit to them. However, I don't think that they're arguments or statements being made out of bad faith, and I do think that they were close to reaching the truth. However, just the little 2 steps to the left and they started taking a whole different path and started saying a lot of craziness. And it all banks on the fact that a lot of these videos are still trying to categorize this game as a gacha game and still hold it within the realm and confines of the gacha space and gacha games themselves. However, that's not where the game is anymore. So when you start trying to make statements about this game that would be in relation and in comparison, and a gacha game being used as a metric, and you would only use that metric for a gacha game, you start to lose sight of the goal, and you're stuck in the old Duet Night Abyss, the Duet Night Abyss that was a gacha game instead of the new live service action RPG. But we're going to talk about what exactly is the change Duet Night Abyss is actually going to bring, instead of what these people are seemingly trying to make it be. However, before we talk about what the change could potentially be, we first have to talk about the change that people are saying the game will be that I disagree with. People are saying that this game is going to change gacha. Now, you guys have to understand that gacha itself is a monetization model. It is not a game genre. It's not a game classification. It's a monetization model. Saying that a game that changed from a gacha game to a action RPG is going to change gacha and change how these other anime style games implement gacha in their game is quite a ludicrous thing to say. At best case scenario, if this game somehow, some way changes the way that anime style games implement gacha in their system, I would have to say best case scenario is that they make it to where everything's always you get it on the first try, and the removal of 50/50s happens. But even that is a stretch and not something I think will happen. I think that change will happen over people getting tired of playing gachas with 50/50s, and so many other gachas in this now saturated sphere are dropping the 50/50 system. I don't think Duet Night Abyss will have nothing to do with that. However, some people are trying to make that argument, and I won't stand for it. So Duet Night Abyss is not changing gacha, and it's not changing gacha games in that way that people are trying to make it seem. However, it can bring about a revolution in a different sense, and that would be ushering in a new era of true free-to-play anime style games. We don't necessarily care or want Duet Night Abyss to change gacha. What we want are more free-to-play games like this. We don't want little gacha elements. We don't want loot boxes. We want true free-to-play experiences, right? So why would we want this game to change the gacha sphere instead of just having more games like this in the first place? And how exactly with this game do that? Because now you're saying instead of Duet Night Abyss changing gacha, it's going to usher in a whole new era of games in its entirety itself. It sounds like the statement you're making is even crazier than the ones the other people were making. However, it's really not when you actually think about everything from a grand scale, when you look at the entire picture of it all. And the entire picture of it is that this game has done something that a lot of other anime style games have yet to do, and that is fully capture the global audience, especially a heavy part of the Eastern audience who are known to love, live, and breathe gacha games. Since this game was formerly a gacha game, it has captured some big eyes on the Eastern audience of things, and this can be the change that we need. We have eyes on the people who hold the money. We have eyes on the people who this entire system is revolved around. And if this game is good and can capitalize on them finally being able to show these people that a good anime style game without gacha can thrive, survive, and be good, it will potentially want people to have more games like this. It will show developers that, oh, the gacha market is getting oversaturated, people are tired of it, people are not feeling good anymore with gacha systems. And we saw what Duet Night Abyss did, and we all thought it was crazy. And although it's not making as much money as a gacha game, it is so extremely sustainable. And we, as developers, if they're not greedy developers and actually want to make a good game for people, they'll look at all this information and boom, another Duet Night Abyss might appear. But it's not going to be just like Duet Night Abyss. It might not be an action RPG. It might be turn-based. It might be a MMO shit. It might be a shooter. It might be a horror game. We want Duet Night Abyss to be the foundation. We want it to be the starting point to show people that anime style games do not have to be limited to gacha and can not only be good or somewhat good with gacha in them, and a true free-to-play experience can arise from this art style that many have come to know and love starting from like 2018. And if this game succeeds, if it sets that precedent, I do truly in my heart of hearts believe that a new era of true free-to-play anime games might be ushered in within the next couple of years. Once again, action RPGs, JRPGs, turn-based, all of these type of games that are in the gacha sphere already will have true free-to-play versions of them. True just grind games. You're playing the game for the love of the game, not because of FOMO, not to drop or spend abnormal amounts of money. None of that. Simply because the game's a good game, and maybe it doesn't value your time. Maybe it's grindy as hell, but at the very least, it won't cost you $500 to play. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's the change I think Duet Night Abyss could potentially bring. Not a change to the gacha system itself or the implementation of gacha in these anime style games, but instead a new era of anime style games in of itself. Do you guys think that's crazy? Do you think I'm right or wrong? Make sure you guys check out some of these other videos of what people have been saying, how revolutionary this game will be compared to what I said here. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you think? Let me know it all in the comment sections below. And with that said, I'll see you guys when Duet Night Abyss releases. I will not be milking all of this. And you see the girl who just popped up on the screen? That's my main right there, because I main Mesa in Warframe, and this is literally her. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.